Okay, today we're going to learn how to do the split jerk. Once again, we're here with our friend Taylor Ray, our large, powerful friend who does not know how to do a split jerk. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, good. Good. Now, what we're going to do to learn the split jerk is we're going to divide this up into two teaching phases. First thing we're going to learn how to do is what to do with the split part, and that's footwork. So we're going to learn about footwork first, and then we're going to learn about the jerk. We're going to take the bar and jerk it from just a power position, and then we're going to put the whole thing together. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is learn how to do the split. So put the bar off the platform, just roll it forward out of the way. And now, what I want you to do is, what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to do the jerk from hands on hips position. Okay, because the feet have to know what to do, and this has to be kind of automatic. Now, you have to understand what the jerk does. The jerk allows you to drop down under the bar. Okay? Most people think that the jerk is primarily about the drop. Half of the jerk is the drop. Half of the jerk is driving the bar up before the drop starts. So we're going to learn the thing in two different pieces. We're going to learn the footwork first because it's relatively easy to teach. Okay? I want you to put your hands on your hips. And I want you to reach forward into a split like you've seen done with both of your feet. And let's just determine which is going to be your front foot first. Okay? Just jump into a split.
Okay.
Just jump into it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Okay? Recover. Okay? Now do the other leg. Which one do you prefer? It's usually immediately apparent. You like your left one forward?
Yes, sir.
How come the right one looks so much better?
No clue.
Well, let's do it again.
Okay.
Let's do it again. You're probably thinking more about the right one. Try the right. Okay. And now the left. Which one do you like best?
I do like
You should feel more balanced on one of them than the other.
Yes, sir. It's the right one.
So which one?
The right one.
The right forward.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to split with the right forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do it again. Okay, good. Now, that we have determined which our front foot is going to be, let's now get into the split and look at the details of that movement. I want you to take your front foot and place it out in front of you. Your right foot forward. Now, take the left foot and move it back. Now, I want you to bend your back knee. Now, you have dropped into a pretty decent split. Let's do some fine tuning here. I want you to widen the distance between the feet so that you've got a wider base of support. A lot of times people that are doing a split jerk tend to narrow their feet. And this creates a lateral balance problem. So what we want to do is go from the stance that you're standing in to that same stance width, possibly even a little bit wider for some people, as they split out. So that looks a little bit better. Squat down, bend the back knee. Good. Now, I want you to tighten your hips up. The way we're going to do this is to point the front toe slightly in, just like that, and I want you to take the back heel and point it slightly out. Good. This way we have kind of a camming effect, where we're producing some internal rotation on both femurs, and this tends to tighten up the femur against the pelvis. It takes some of the slack out of the movement. It produces a tighter, more resolute stance position at the bottom. Now, you're going to look straight ahead. Torso is going to be up like this. Okay? This is going to be your basic split. We can experiment a little bit with this. Why don't you move your front foot just a little tiny bit forward, like that, so that the split is wider. This will drop you a little bit deeper. And let me look at this from the side. This looks pretty good. That front toe is a little bit exaggerated, maybe not quite that much in. about like that, and the heel is out. Good. Now, this is going to be the bottom position of the front of the split. Okay? Now, I want you to recover from the front to the back, and the front will slide along the platform, about half of the distance. Now, bring the back foot forward, about half the distance. Now finish standing up from the front, and we've got a recovery that is built from the front to the back. When the bar is over your head, if you recover from the front foot forward, the bar tends to drive straight up in the air. Whereas, if you recover with the back foot first, you will probably drop forward the bar and create forward momentum, thus making the head judge justifiably nervous. Okay? So we want to recover with the front foot first. Now, that split position is what you're going to drop into from the top. Okay? Assume it again. Let's just make sure you know where it is. Good. That's it. Chest is up. Now recover. Front foot first, and then the back foot. Just exactly like that. That's going to be the recovery. Now, you know where we're going to at the bottom. Okay? Now we have to figure out a way to get there as quickly as possible. Okay? And the way this works is you want to do an explosive split. And it's going to proceed from the dip and drive, in which we impart upward momentum to the bar. Okay, so we're going to build this little bounce into the movement. That bounce has to be quick. It's not a slow movement where you try to push the bar up. What you want to think about is the bar bending in a whipping type motion. And for that to occur, this dip has to be sharp. So we're bouncing on the dip and drive. We're not coming down and then driving up. It's really more of a bounce. We'll talk about driving the bar instead of the hips here in a minute. Okay? The split has got to be quick. All right? The problem with most people's split, since they're going from here to here, is that they want to put too much trajectory into the movement of the feet going forward and back. Right? A big, broad arc that clears the floor by this much takes a whole lot longer than what would essentially be a straight line. So instead of the movement looking like this, what we want to make it do, watch carefully my feet, watch my feet, we want to make it go like that. So that the movement is flat along the platform. There is enough air under the feet to get clear of the wood, but not so much that it takes longer to make the trip. So it's going to look like that. And that's the recovery. So the lines are straight along the floor. And here's the thing that makes it quicker. Lead with the heel. The front heel is what carries the foot forward, not the toe. You'll notice that if I try to do this little job with my feet here and land with my toe first, that is inherently slower than me slapping the platform with my foot with an initial heel strike like this. Versus. So I want you to reach out there, and that's what these noisy shoes are very good at doing. Reach out there with your heel and slap the platform. All right, let's try that. Hands on your hips, a little bit wider stance. This will be the stance you recover from the clean. Okay, we don't want to have to move the feet unless we just absolutely have to. So there's your stance. Slap. Let's see what happens. Reach down. The front shin needs to be vertical. That's what we're trying to do. We don't want a knee forward of the toe. We certainly don't want to be behind it. We want the front shin vertical so that the hip can drop straight down and absorb the shock. Again, reach. That looks much better. Now recover from the front. Again. Think about reaching forward with the heel. Reach a little further this time. Again, reach. Good. Again. This time make more noise. The noise is from the speed. Much better. And it's faster. Isn't that interesting? Again, reach with the heel. Front heel forward. No, too quiet, too peaceful. Okay? This is not a time for peace. It's a time for violence. Okay? Slap the floor. Wait. Reach forward with your knee. Lean. There's your position. Okay? Now you'll notice that this whole time, the back foot is essentially taking care of itself. It doesn't need a lot of maintenance for most people, but if the split is not working very well, sometimes what we'll do is we'll cue the back foot to go back. Normally, this whole process can be cued with just the front foot. Recover.